The government has put forward a plan that seems plausible and convincing to increase labor supply in the private sector by 150 to 160,000. And we see no reason for that not happening. The other side of that coin is what kind of jobs, what kind of investments can come along with that, because it matters whether these jobs are generated in low value-added creating sectors or higher value-added creating sectors. And the investment climate plays a role in how that distribution will come about in the future. Employment in the private sector in Denmark has increased by more than 50,000 since the bottom, which was first quarter of 11. First quarter results for 2015 are somewhat uncertain, but could sustain a growing trend, although not at the speed we saw in 2014. So expectations would be around 15 to 20,000 new private sector jobs in 2015, but it's still early days based on first quarter employment numbers.
Being a global company means that we always look at the business and therefore also our manufacturing footprint in a global context. Still, when zooming in on Denmark, we see the situation like this. The major barriers to increase the number of production jobs are rather fundamental. Denmark is one of the most expensive countries to place production today, not only in terms of salaries, but also when it comes to what it actually costs to make investments here. So clearly, we would like to produce in Denmark. But it's also clear that in order to do so, we need to be and to stay competitive.
We also looked at the changes in employment in the private sector across the various regions, and the picture was very clear. Job creation in the Copenhagen area, no change in the vicinity of Copenhagen, and large declines in private sector employment outside of the capital region.
I would like to highlight a few themes that we consider key in order to promote more competitive production in Denmark. First, we have to make sure that Denmark is an attractive place for making the necessary investments. So that we, but also so that small and medium-sized companies are able to invest in production technology. Then we have to do more to further develop competitive production. In Denmark, we should be international top class, but here there's a clear gap today. We need to focus and invest more in research and development in state-of-the-art production. So in general, we invest far too little today in developing and building up know-how of new production technology, automation, new materials, or like digitalization. And these areas open many really interesting opportunities as we speak. However, competitive production in Denmark also means to bring the financial burdens for the industry down to a more competitive level. Going forward, we need to make necessary resources and competences available. And we all know that bottlenecks mean fighting for the same competences and the same people. This results in salaries sliding and again hampering our competitiveness. So therefore, finally, in order to keep and strengthen production in Denmark, we need world-class production employees, and this should be seen in the light of a highly automated high-tech production. And then we need to work proactively to avoid bottlenecks.
In the manufacturing industry, there is a potential for taking on more young people. This is a sector that with the changes we have seen in the technical schools, the improvements that are there, if we combine that effort with an effort making it more profitable to invest in new manufacturing jobs, this could be a potential for employing also young and new people in our manufacturing industry.